And we're back again at the booth for another session here. So I'm Luc Haynes, the regional news editor at CoStar News UK. I'm joined by Luc-Etienne, who's from Business Immo, and also we're joined by Sébastien Pezet, who's from Generali. He is the head of Western Europe region. Thank you very much for joining us today. Obviously, we've had a couple of days of the conference now. The sun is shining, things are feeling good. Just wanted to ask you how your time's been so far at the event and what your key takeaways have been.
I think the key takeaway after two days, if I can say, perhaps compared to last year, I think we have reached the bottom in terms of investment activity. All people are more or less agree on that. Second point, we could have probably the end of the decrease of the value, true. Nevertheless, some point or some value on some asset could have still another way to continue in this small decrease. After, I think the people remain nevertheless cautious. Mm-hmm. Cautiously optimistic, if I can say, because the recovery, the trend, the positive trend, come back, but very slow. It's very slow, and I think it will be very long. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Sébastien, we spoke last year at MIPIM, and at the time I'd like to read you a quote from that discussion. You told me it's possible that we'll find some interesting opportunities in the coming quarters. I want to ask you, have such opportunities arisen since we last spoke on the European real estate market?
Yes, when I spoke about coming quarters, I included 25 for sure.
Yes.
and no, what is true, opportunity arise perhaps, as I said previously for the other topic, slowly than expected, but honestly arrive because people, investors need to sell for different reasons. But once again, this it is the same for the trends, the recovery. This opportunities come back, not be a lot of opportunities, but some opportunities for sure in each of assets, office, logistic, hotels, etc., etc. Yes.
And in terms of capital allocation, obviously there were a series of cuts after very high and very drastic rise in interest rates. Do you see maybe institutional investors sending a little bit more capital and a little bit more allocation toward real estate, given the new environment?
Yes. When you speak about capital, I think you speak about core capital for institutional investor. I think effectively better than last year, for sure. Nevertheless, we see that today even you had effectively some and still cut by the ECB. You have not, if I can say, the trajectory of the bonds, because for a core investor, clearly the arbitrage, you need to see if the spread is sufficient between bonds and European bonds and real estate yield. And today, the trajectory of the bonds doesn't follow the trajectory of the cut of the ECB interest rate. It is the issue. It is for different reasons, geopolitical aspect. It is the main topics because behind perhaps we anticipate more inflation than expected and consequently a higher level of interest rate. It is the reason today core capital will come back for sure, and today better than last year, but in a low level, in absolute term, in a low level for this year, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, just wanted to ask a little bit about sort of the state of play out there. So at the beginning of the week, we heard from Mario Draghi, so the former Prime Minister in Italy, and obviously the economist. So he was speaking a little bit about sort of the slow growth in Europe that we've had and how that's been a challenge and how we can overcome that potentially in the future. I just wanted to ask very quickly what you see as one of the sort of major challenges for European real estate this year.
Effectively, this geopolitical context, by definition, give a lot of uncertainty and complexity for a lot of sector in economy and for real estate for sure, and consequently this aspect for core, we speak about core capital, is an element to have an issue to have more money in core capital. After, if you are optimistic on the midterm, by definition, you have more opportunity for value add. Consequently, it's between what type of capital you are. And second point, if in 25 Ukraine war is rarely finished. When I say already finished, well finished, if you know what I mean. In this case, it could be a great news. And I think in any case, we have to keep and to advance with our conviction, because we have no grip on that. And we have to keep on our conviction for the future and on the future.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us today, Sébastien, and obviously to Luc-Etienne, thanks very much for joining us at home.